sadly, one of our one of our one of our members quit on us.
He split. We split
We split
mutually. Don't worry.
mutually. Yeah,
Nothing, nothing on bad terms.
he has his little thing going on right now.
But I mean, he still said he would be a guest. So like, it's fine,
So
man.
we have that to look forward to.
Yep.
So, as you can read by the title, today we're going to be talking about like, bro, Ramiro, leave. I can't ready up. We're going to be
Okay.
talking about like, we're going to be talking about aliens, ghosts, our ghost stories, paranormal
Like paranormal
activities,
activity. Yeah.
so much stuff. And by the way, like ghosts are 100% real. Like
Yeah.
there's no
There's no way
shot.
they're not fake.
They are not fake.
They're
There's no
real, bro.
way. They're real. They have to be real.
Like, have you heard of those haunted houses? Like you
Dude,
know what I mean?
like, yeah, I know what you mean.
Bro, you can almost like feel one. Like you feel like cold. Like you feel like this cold
Oh
air.
no, it's like I know it's so weird, man. Aliens are definitely real too. There's no way we're in such a small little like do you see those YouTube videos where it compares like us to like everything else in the universe?
Like it keeps like zooming out. Like
Yeah,
we're in
dude,
Earth
it's like
and
yeah,
like other planets, the Milky Way, and then there's like so many other more galaxies. Like there's no way
exactly.
there's nothing
There's
else like
no
living
way.
out there.
What if we're just like what if they like watched us like we're watching us like a TV show? What if
Yo,
what if we were a made up world made by them? You dig?
yeah, like, dang, bro.
Dude,
This
I
is something
know.
to think about.
Like they could like we could be made up right now too. Oh, okay, we're gonna save that for another episode, but today
Yeah.
we're gonna be talking about some ghost stories and
Yup,
some
yup. Yes,
UFOs.
sir.
UFOs. Yeah, I've seen some
You've
UFOs.
seen
Dude, I
UFOs?
swear to you, I've seen UFOs, bro. I
Let's go
swear.
Misty.
Misty?
Oh no, let's go salty. Let's go
Yeah.
salty. Let's go salty.
Okay, Romero. So, tell us. Tell us some paranormal activity ghost stories. Any at all.
Let's see. What should I
Because,
start with?
oh, so you have a lot. A lot of people sometimes don't have stories, or they just believe it's some made up BS, but
Yeah, no, but I think it's real. There's no way it's not like fake.
what if ghosts are like things like the people that made us, but then like they just go into the world invisible? Yo.
Yeah.
Am I
So,
bugging?
like,
I'm bugging.
how I think of it is like I was telling you earlier. Like, I think ghosts, like they present themselves to like certain people. You know?
To those
Like,
who are worthy is
yeah,
what you're
I
trying
guess
to
you could say
say.
that. Like, if it's like a family member, like
Oh yeah,
let's say it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
your grandpa. Like, of course they're gonna show themselves to you because, um, you know what I mean? They're like related to you. Like, okay, have you seen that show called Ghost Adventures?
Yeah. Ghost Adventures.
Yeah,
I know what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking
Like
about.
they have like the spirit boxes and like the ghost talk or whatever, and then they have all those like machines. Like it's just, I don't know. That's kind of what I mean. Like they just like show themselves to certain people. Like they feel their
So,
presence.
like, if they don't want to show themselves to you, they won't show at all. So some people can
Yeah,
be going to like their whole lives they can be seeing ghosts and stuff, but then other people they can be going their whole lives without seeing anything.
that's what I'm saying. Like that's why sometimes people say like that it's so fake, you know?
Yeah.
Because the ghosts don't present themselves to like
Some
the
people
people
that
they
makes
want.
sense. That makes sense. So tell us
Am I
about
not making sense?
your story then.
Okay, so this is actually like a story about my mom. So my grandpa, like he passed away like not too long after my mom got pregnant with me, and she was like moving all the stuff into like a new house because they had a new member of the family, which was me. And she said she had to like move a lot. It was like this big like couch, and she said that it was like very heavy. But then like she decided like just the one day to lift it, you know, like to move it into the house.
Those guys were
Okay.
good.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, she decided that like they need to move the she wanted to move it back into the house, the new one. And then she said that she tried to lift it, and then like all of a sudden it felt like a feather, like or like she was like picking it up like like it weighed less than it should have been, you know, it should have been weighed more. And then she said that she sort of felt like a presence and felt that maybe it was like my grandpa like helping her like lift it up.
Your grandpa?
Yeah, my grandpa or like her dad.
When did he pass away? Like
like I said, like not too long after my mom like found out she was like pregnant with me.
oh.
Yeah, but like that's the story.
So like, let's see. Did you have like, let's see, how do you explain this? Like, were you like, do you remember when you were a kid? Do you remember any stories, or like, do you remember any presences?
Oh, dude, I have this other story too that like my mom was like told me about like not too long ago actually. Dude, it was like really creepy when I heard it. Like that apparently like my mom found me talking to myself once, or like she said like a couple times, and she was like, who are you talking to? Like, why are you talking to yourself? And then I was like, oh no, what's it called? Papa Ramiro, which is like my grandpa. Like I'm named after him. Like Papa means like grandpa in like Spanish or like Mexican culture. And then apparently I was like talking to him, like even though he already passed away, you know?
Yeah,
so, like,
that's weird.
Weird. Like at first when I heard it, like I didn't believe it. That just sounds like crazy.
You remember like, you remember talking to him?
Dude, I honestly can't even remember.
You
like,
can't?
My mom just said, no. My mom just said that like that's what I did. I mean, that was like how long ago? 10 years ago.
10 years ago? So you were like 5?
Yeah, I was like 5 or 6.
Dang.
Maybe even younger.
So like you don't remember at all talking to your grandpa? Like, and like, do you remember your grandpa? Like,
I mean, I've seen pictures of him, you know, like I've heard about him, but like I've never like obviously
met him?
like really, yeah, met him.
Yeah. That's weird. So maybe like, what do you think about ghosts though, and heaven and hell? Like, why don't ghosts end up in heaven or hell? Or do you think they just like come down and just stay there for a little bit to talk to their loved ones or come into contact with people they want to?
Like,
What do you think?
So okay, so what I think is that like they have a choice, you know, they have a choice if they want to present themselves to the person or not. Like I was saying earlier, like they can go wherever they want. Like me, I'm a Catholic. I believe in heaven.
Same,
like an
same.
afterlife. But I mean, I think that they have a choice to come down and like bring themselves like as a presence to the people and like to show to the people they would like to. But like obviously you've heard of like bad spirits, you know?
Yeah.
Like devil.
So do
like
you think
devil,
the bad
yeah.
spirits are like people like that are lost and can't find their way back to the afterlife? Like something like mandatory.
Like so, yeah, something like that.
Purgatory,
like,
I mean.
You're not in heaven or like in hell, you know?
You're just
Like
stuck
you're
on the
between, so you're kind of stuck.
and like you're trying to find your way back. How do you think there's like a way for them to get back, or do you think they're just like stuck there for eternity?
Like from what I hear, or like what I believe, I think it's like they're kind of like stuck, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe like they have to find their way like eventually. Like I never really thought about it like that.
I feel like they don't really. Maybe they don't have like their full conscience and they don't know where they are. And maybe like, because I've heard some stories where like people like ghosts sitting in chairs and like ghosts like moving like stuff. Like maybe they don't know where they're at and they have like this conscience that they're still alive and they just do their normal stuff every day. But then like, there's nothing to tell them that they're dead and they're a ghost. You know?
Yo, dude, I never thought about it like that. That's actually like really good. Yeah.
Like you just see like something moving, and what if like it's like a ghost just like moving in there, like just trying to do their normal daily things.
Kind of not realizing that their time has already passed.
And then when people do see ghosts, maybe like that's like when times like spirits have like a little bit of connection to the real world where they're like dead, and then like but then they don't know that and they think that people like in their houses are like still like are like in their houses and like it's their place, and maybe that's why some spirits are so hostile.
Yeah.
You dig?
But like it also like kind of relates to like demonic stuff, you know? Like,
Demonic
have you ever
stuff,
heard of
yeah.
like the doll like Annabelle?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that, like it like I don't know if you like you guys seen the movies or like you've seen the movies about Annabelle. Like it was like a real doll that was like actually demonic. And then what I think of that is like, how can I say this? Like there's like a presence in there, like the devil, like because you know there's like the devil and like that he brings all this bad stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
the devil possessed that doll to like bring wrath to the earth. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's an interesting way to think about it. Like
yeah.
maybe like it's one of his demons or something.
Uh-huh.
And like maybe like I don't know. How do you think demons become demons? Like, do you think humans? Do you think humans can become demons? Like, is that how demons exist? Like, humans just become demons?
I think you can think of it like that. I kind of agree with
you. Hold up. Gotta concentrate. Nice. So back where we were talking about.
What were you saying?
Like, how do you think like demons like became? Like, do you think they're just like all from the past when God threw out Lucifer? Do you think like that's how demons became, or do you think like humans can become demons?
Dude, what I think is that like the demons they like become, you know, because of the things that they did when they were alive, you know?
So
like
then
maybe something like that. Like let's say like you take like a Nazi soldier or something and like all the bad stuff they did, you know?
Yeah. So
and they're still filled with like that anger or like that bad stuff that they did, so they're filled with all the bad values and things that they did, and their spirit keeps it, you know?
Yeah,
and they're stuck in that like purgatory, like you were saying. They don't have like a place, like they're kind of in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a place to go.
Do you think though, like a super bad person, what if like they killed millions, like Stalin or Hitler and something, but like at the last moments of their life they like truly believe in Jesus and they ask for repentance, like forgiveness. Like, what do you think happens to them? Do they still go to hell, or do they go to Jesus? Because like the Bible says whoever believes in him and whoever thinks of God as the one and only God, and like but they believe Jesus died on the cross for them, they go to heaven. But like, what do you think, like, if a hella bad person did that and then like the last moments of their life they like, or like maybe the last years of their life after doing all the bad stuff, they like pray for forgiveness, and like, do you think like they go to heaven, or do you think they like go to hell still?
What I think, dude, I honestly think that could be like exploited. You know what I mean?
Exploited.
Like they haven't believed in like God or anything in this like their whole entire life, and then now that they're facing like death or something like that, all of a sudden they want to say that, God is this, God is that.
But what if the thing is like they truly like, maybe like the last 3 years of their life they started like knowing Jesus and they started like praying to him.
Ways, kind of.
Yeah. Or like maybe not even that. Maybe like the last like days of their life, like 15 days, they like just start believing in him. Like, what do you think, they can go to heaven still, or do you think like there's no chance of them going to heaven?
I mean, what like Jesus says, or like what God like, or like Jesus says that like.
Just what do you think?
You of your sins, you know?
Yeah. Like, what do you think?
That, like,
do you think they can still go?
If you are truly sorry for what you did, and you are truly like believing in what like Jesus did, because Jesus, like, people don't believe this, but Jesus was like a real person, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
even
yeah.
if you don't believe of what like he did, the Son of God or whatever, he was a real person. And I think that if you are truly sorry, that Jesus or God will like actually like forgive you, you know? Like,
Yeah,
and they will
yeah.
actually what do you say? What can you say? Like, think about it, or like start realizing that you are this good person, and maybe accept you into the like this like wonderful place of like that's heaven, you know?
So here's my opinion of it. Let's get back to purgatory. We're talking about purgatory, like the in between, like stuck between heaven and hell. Like maybe like the people who've done bad, but then they truly believe in Jesus to repent for their sins. They like into the afterlife. They like get sent to purgatory, and then they need to send. They need to like stay there for like a certain amount of years, maybe like 500 years or 1,000 years until they can truly get back to heaven. You know, like maybe that's like the price of their sin. Like maybe every life they took or every like they have their own certain like punishment. Maybe like every life they took, they need
Yeah.
to spend the like let's see
Like, let's
like
say 10 years, like 10, or no,
or
no,
like
not
the
10.
remaining person's like how much years they would have lived if they weren't killed by them, you know?
Uh,
So what if they
yeah.
like they all add up and then you need a they serve like that much years like and if people killed millions they would need to spend here on earth in purgatory and they can't go to heaven or hell for like they need to stay there for like 1,000,000 years until they can get back to heaven, you know?
Yeah, I kind of like how you're thinking. Yeah.
Because I believe like Jesus forgives anyone and like he will take them to heaven if they think like he is the true God and Savior, you know?
Yeah, I feel like Jesus will eventually like forgive you, you know? Well,
Yeah.
even though like what like you've done such bad things, but he will eventually forgive you, even if you have to like do the time, or like I guess you could call it like that. Yeah.
But okay, let's say about this like what if a demon tries to repent? Like they're already in hell. Like what if someone's already in hell and they're trying to repent to Jesus and saying, "I'm sorry, God. Like you are real. Please let me back into heaven. I believe you." Like what do you think?
Dude, honestly, like I think they're replacing there for a reason, you know? For what
Yeah,
they
yeah,
did.
yeah.
So like them choosing to like believe in God all of us, like, or like believe in God all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but like, hold on, leave it on me.
Okay. Like so like what we're talking about like if they started to just believe in God and all of a sudden like um you're saying that if they do start believing in God for some reason if they were in hell.
I think that like, well, like what you were kind of saying, like they did all this bad stuff, but they would have to like pay back the time. Like, I think
Yeah.
that's kind of similar to that. Like you did all this bad stuff, and you're in that place for a reason. But like you said, Jesus, and like how I say too, Jesus will like forgive everyone, you know.
Yeah.
And I think there's like you have to do a certain amount of time, or do a certain amount of like, yeah, I guess you could say time, to for Jesus or like whatever like to forgive you, you know, and like serve your sentence,
Sentence,
I
yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Okay.
So I kind of
Let's
yeah.
throw this into the mix. Like what about let's say reincarnation?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about reincarnation? Like do you think it's
Reincarnation is
real
like
or do you think it's not?
come back to life, right?
Yeah, you return like after you die you go back to life. I was looking at this thing I was like what if like after the light you see when you're dying it's you going to the world as a baby, you know? So what do you think about reincarnation? Do you think it exists or what do you think including heaven and
Honestly,
hell?
like I've heard so many stories.
I like
I honestly,
I've seen like stories like where the boy remembers like his whole past life somehow like how does that happen, you know?
so you're talking about like going into like a new life.
Yeah.
Like you're not talking about just coming back to life like out of nowhere.
Yeah, just a new life. Just a new life. Like you die and then you become someone new.
Dude, I think that's kind of like true too because
Reincarnation?
yeah, I actually like think that's real. Like they're born into a new person and they've like lived like before. Like I remember, like I saw this like story about this boy. Like I don't know if you guys have heard of Inside Edition.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
apparently,
I've seen. I think I know what you're talking about.
this boy, there was this like famous baseball player called what was his name? Lou Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig.
He was like a really famous baseball player back then. And this boy, like, he now plays baseball, and like, people say that he plays exactly like Lou Gehrig. Like, he plays like the same hand, he hits the same way, bats the same way, and everything like that. And he says that, like, if we were to point at a picture, they said that they put a picture of the whole Yankees baseball team in front of him. And he looked at the team and he pointed right at Lou Gehrig, like the baseball player, and he said, that was me. And I used to play baseball for the
Yankees.
For the Yankees.
How old was he? Like,
he was probably like 6 or 7.
do you think like he could have just like learned that, study it, or did it like look like he like truly believed he was
It looked
this person?
real, but like, you know, parents tell their kids this and to get on the TV, you know, get fame.
Yeah.
But I honestly felt like that could have been real. He could have been reincarnated of like the famous baseball player. What did I say? What his name is?
Luke something. Yeah. The thing about like, well, I don't want reincarnation to be real. You know, I really don't want to be born into a new life and like forget all the memories I had this last life. You know. And just like forget like it all happened. Like I would forget like my friends, like you, Anthony, Stephen, Caden, and all them. Like, and then I would forget my parents, my brothers, my sisters, and I don't think I would want to live in a whole new like life. You know.
Yeah, I kind of feel you.
And then I don't. It might be real, but I don't know.
Like you're not sure if you truly.
Yeah, because I don't know how that could like fit in with God and stuff. Like,
I kind of know what you mean. Like, it seems like crazy. Like some person, I feel like some person just has to live one life and like they don't really like live another.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Once you're born, you live one life. I don't know about. Like, I'm kind of 50-50 on reincarnation. Like, I sort of believe in, sort of think that like it's.
What if you got like you had a choice to reincarnate? You know. And God gave you that option.
Like
if
you were
like
up there and God said, "Hey, you want to come back down to Earth and live?" Like, what if He only gives that reward to like people that were like truly good people?
Yeah.
You know?
And then they live
Like,
more truly good lives.
You've earned another life, so I'm gonna give you the opportunity to come back to Earth.
And they probably have like the same personality, and they just do more good in the world.
Yeah.
You know. So that's reincarnation. What if like, let's see. What if it could be like some sort of punishment? Like maybe you didn't want to be like live here again, like you committed suicide and then just like you're forced to live another life in like you're forced until like your person and your personality wants to live again, you know?
Oh, there's one more guy on me. Yeah. I feel like that could be true too.
I don't know, it's all just like, it's all like
to...
up for grabs, you know? Like let's say this, I believe in God, okay? I truly believe in God, and I think that
there's like there's an uncreated creator.
Yeah, there's like no way that like we don't have a creator. Like all this, like all perfects, like everything couldn't just like happen, you know? Like just from particles.
Yeah.
Like who created the particles? I don't think that it could just like come out of nowhere, like the Big Bang.
Have you ever watched that that YouTube video called "History of the Entire World"? I guess.
No. What was it? What was it about?
It's basically, like the video is basically about just like how the whole world was like created, and like he describes like the world being created through like atoms, particles.
I know,
water,
but like
that just doesn't.
How like the thing is, what created the particles and atoms, and how does the Big Bang even happen in the first place?
There has to be someone that like made this happen. You know?
Yeah. Like, there's no way that, like, I think there's, like, no way that, like, something like this can happen. Our life's gonna come how it is, like, if it didn't happen, you know? Like, I also think, like, hold up.
100 cracked on this stuff. Dead.
I also think, like, wait, hold up. I forgot what I was talking about.
He's talking about, what were we talking about? Dude, I forgot.
Yeah, same. Blanks.
We can go back to Paranormal Activity, because you never said your Paranormal Activity.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, let me talk about this experience with sleep paralysis first, okay?
Oh, yeah, when we talked about that in the other episode,
So, there's this thing, like, my brother moved out, and then, like, we used to all live together, and then my brother moved out, and then one time every time I sleep, my sister took that room, and every time I sleep in there, I always get nightmares and something happens, and this one time, I, experienced this thing called sleep paralysis. You know what that is, right? Like,
yeah.
You're, like, conscious, but, like, you can't move.
Yeah.
So, like,
you look like a demon in front of your face or something.
Yeah. I woke up and then like I couldn't move and I was like cold sweating and stuff, and then the door was closed, okay? And then I heard this thing in the corner of the room, okay? The corner of the room. And then like I could feel it, but I couldn't even see it because I was laying the other way. And then I was facing the way towards the door, okay? And then see, they say like sleep paralysis is all part of your mind, but like this is why I don't think it's like all part of your mind. Like, I was sleeping and then the door opens by itself, and then I see this tall like white figure coming into the room. Like, it wasn't like you would expect it to be like all black, you know, like you can barely see it with red eyes.
Scary, right?
Yeah, but it was just all white, like pure white. And then it was coming into the room, and then it knew my name and it was talking to me.
It called you by your name?
Yes. And then I was trying to think, and then the creature knew what I was thinking about. And then the creature just started talking about this and that, and like the afterlife and ghosts, and like what is there to come, and guardian angels, and there's people watching over you and stuff. I'm like what is this? And then the creature, the all white creature, came up to me, and then it spoke some gibberish in my like face, and then like suddenly I went into a dream, dude. Like it was like a dream. It was like a dream. Like it was a dream. It like wasn't really a dream, but like I remember it like really well. Like I remember it vividly. Like let's see, like
what do you
okay,
like?
So
it put you in a dream.
Yeah, and then it put me in a dream, and then like it was a dream where I could move, and like I could actually move, but then like
a lucid dream.
Yeah, and then I knew what was happening, and then the thing was guiding me through the dream, and then it was like showing me like my whole past and what like has led up to this moment. Like, and it's been like described everything to me, and like why this happened, why this event happened, and like why you did this, and then why did this happen. Like I remember this like this time where I almost got hit by a car. Like the thing told me that, I don't even remember this. I was like 3 years old, so I asked my parents about it when I woke up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you almost got hit by a car when you were younger, like 3 or 4." And then
you never knew about this.
Yeah, I never knew.
And like the
thing was talking. We like
the creature.
The creature. It was just all white. It was. I just call it the creature.
Did it have a face?
No, it was just all white, like the color white. but like pure. I don't know. Like I wasn't. The thing was, I wasn't like scared of it. That's the thing. Like it felt
It was
calming.
just there.
Yeah, it was just there, and then it showed me it like it was like in front of my house, and I was like playing, and then it was like it was telling me like, dude, the thing was it was like talking another language, but like I could understand what it was like saying.
Dude.
And then it was like telling me like what happened and like when the car was about to come, and then like what it showed me like what happened. Like I was about to walk. No, I was like in the street, and then my parents were like, my brother was watching me, but then he was like doing something else, and then like a car came, and then like it was like right about to hit me, but then like I just, what's it called? I didn't even see anything happening, but then I kept walking, and then it was like, I don't know, like, I don't know, it was weird, and then it was like telling me like, it made me walk. It was like talking to me, like saying, walk forward and go, like the creature was telling me, it was telling my
In like a
3-year-old stuff.
completely different language.
Yeah, like
Not
in a
that you've
different
never seen.
language. It was like telling me when I was younger, like when I was in the street, it told me like walk forward, go up, like go on the sidewalk, and then I went on the sidewalk, and then I didn't get hit by the car, but it was like hella close and hitting me, and I didn't see the car coming. It was like crazy, and I was like, how do I know this? Like if like it never happened. I mean, how do I know this if I didn't even remember it? You know?
Dude, this sounds like crazy, dude. Like this is what I'm scared of. Like I wake up and I can't even move. Like and you
Yeah,
said
it's
literally like a creature like walked like into the room.
yeah,
Like
but
opened the door.
luckily most people have bad experiences, and like I wouldn't really say this was like a
What was that
bad
bad?
experience. It was just like weird one, you know? And like I think of it as my guardian angel now, and like that keeps me safe. Like, so let's get into the. Do you believe in like guardian angels, Ramiro?
Dude, I think like people, not like people, but like spirits could be watching you. You know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like let's say it could be like a loved one, or like some type of I don't know anything. Well, I mean, I don't know about like other cultures, but like in like Mexican cultures or like Hispanic cultures,
Yeah, yeah.
they pray like Catholics, but they pray like of certain like what do you call it, saints or like just like people like that, like so like watch over them, you know?
Yeah.
Like if it's like a family member, like a great grandma or grandma that's passed away.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing,
We
okay.
say like que nos protecta, which means like protect us, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Protect us over like everything that we do.
Dude, we just destroyed that kid. So like, let's say oh, I forgot what I was going to talk about. We're talking about guardian angels. I think that guardian angels do exist because of that one story, but like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, they do exist. Oh, let's talk about that. What's it called? What's it called? Do you believe in like bad spirits, like hella bad spirits, like just out there to like harm people? Like, why do you think those exist? Like, oh no, let's talk about the good and bad. Like, if God exists, why do you think like there's bad in the world? Like, shouldn't it be all good? You know?
So I think God brings the good, but this also comes back to the devil. God and like the devil. The devil is bringing this bad stuff, like what I think, but God is like bringing this good stuff, you know?
But since like God like is the creator, why can't he just make everyone good, you know? Like why do you think that?
Oh, yeah. I kind of know what you mean. Like if he made everything, why are things bad, you know?
Yeah.
Dude.
So this is okay. This is what
Do
I
you like
think.
have a thought? Because I don't really have a thought
Yeah, this is what I think. So you know the Adam and Eve story, right?
about the apple and like how she
Yeah,
ate
he
it.
made everything, and then he was like, the only reason why we turned out to not be good creatures, or like some of us, is because we ate the fruit because we were tempted by the devil,
Buy him.
like you were saying.
Like the devil.
And like,
Oh.
I think we're supposed to be like, we're supposed to live hella long, and we're supposed to have long, 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 like eternal lives on Earth. But then we got this knowledge of what God like knew. But then I don't know, it's weird. But the main thing is because the devil tempted us.
Yeah. Like, have you heard about like those people in the Bible or like those biblical stories that the people in the Bible they live for so long, like 900, 500 years or whatever?
Yeah.
I think like, come here really quick. That those
Okay.
people they had like the best connections with God, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why God is gonna give them such a long life. But like us as humans, maybe we don't live as long compared to like other people because like I don't even know. Like of our mistakes, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's I was gonna talk about something like let's see. Do you think if like you commit suicide, do you think you would go to heaven?
I think you're not a
Because
bad
like
person,
the people
but you're
can be
not.
good, but then like the thing is you're taking away something that God gave you, like the thing that He
But
gave
what?
you, life, you know?
Yeah.
So like
What if it's like what? But, okay. So first, let's talk about that. But I have like another thing to bring up.
yeah, okay.
So I think you're not a bad person, but you're not like doing what God said to do. Like he's or like you're not cherishing what He
Yeah,
gave,
yeah.
you know, like a life. So, like I feel like God would give you another opportunity, like give you or like put like maybe sort of like talk to you, maybe.
Yeah, but then what if the only the thing is they commit suicide because the bad's in the world, you know? Like what if they're like the
Yeah.
good person, but then like it's like all the bad stuff like in the world that like corrupt and evilness that made them commit suicide.
Yeah.
Do you think Jesus or them like would think, because like people say like suicide is like a sin, like it's the same as murder, and like you're not going to go to heaven because of it.
Cause like you're murdering your body, your
Yeah.
life that God gave you.
Do you think like you would be able to go to heaven still if you committed suicide?
Well, what do you think?
I think like I said before, like I feel like they would get reincarnated, and then they would have all the same personalities and stuff, but then they would keep living until they wanna live again. You know?
Mm-hmm.
He's on me, by the way.
Let's 1v1 him. Let's 1v1 him. I wanna 1v1 him. Well, what I was gonna
He's
say,
brain
like,
dead.
that's like a thing. But what if you think, like, what do you call it? Like, what if someone dies accidentally, like accidental suicide?
Accidental suicide?
Yeah, I mean that's like something different, you know?
Yeah. Like, how do you accidentally commit suicide, though?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, you can do something accidental, like you.
Well, if it's not accidental, it's
I
not
don't know.
suicide, you know? Like, okay. Let's talk about... You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about... I want to talk about... Kill him, bro. I want to talk about parallel universes and deja vu. Okay? So... You know how we experience deja vu, right?
Dude, I get that so much. Like, it's weird. Deja
Like-
vu is like when you feel like it's happened before, right? Like you kind of dream of it.
Yeah. Or like, it's like you're in the moment and then like you felt like you've done it before. Like you're
Yeah.
automatically like, wait, I did this before. Like this happened exactly like
Dude, that
What
kind of
happened?
dates back. That kind of like thinks back to like reincarnation. Like, what if like you're in another life? In another life, you've done that before, so that's why you get this deja vu.
Ooh, that's good.
Or
I
it
didn't
could,
even think of that.
or or if it could just be like you just felt like you've done it before, you know? Or I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. So I think what deja vu is like something. It could either be like in a parallel universe or in another universe, you did this same thing. You had deja vu and or you've done it before in another universe, and then right when you do it in the life, you feel like you've done it again. So you get that feeling, or it's like your future self talking to your past self or something. I don't know. It's like something weird like that, you know.
Yeah.
But like I believe like there's no way you can die. Like your mind and state can't die. The only way you can die is like living like old age. But then when you do die, like say like let's say like you're about to get hit by a car, but then you go forward. What if in another universe, like in that universe, you did get hit by the car, but then you, as soon as you get hit by the car, you go into another universe where you didn't get hit by the car and you're not dead. But in that universe, like you're like dead, you know. So like, do you understand what I'm saying or nah?
I kind of get to you, but like you're on another level here, you know?
Dude, no, okay.
Yeah.
Let me try to explain it more.
But no, I do understand you though, like your thought process.
Like I, like it's like a theory. It's just a weird theory, but that's what I just think. So like, also the Mandela effect. It's like, do you know what it is, or do you need me to tell you?
It's kind of when like you think something's there, but like it's never been there before, kind of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like,
Yeah, no, I've heard of it.
it's like, why does that happen? Like, why does that exist? You know, like, why do I
I
think
think
like this is that, but then it's never been that in my life?
I think it's what we believe, kind of like what we think of in our mind. I think one example of the Mandela effect is like what's that show called? I think it's Curious George.
Curious
That
George. Yeah.
the monkey with like the yellow, like the guy with the yellow suit or whatever.
Mhm.
That apparently people like he doesn't have a tail,
Dude,
and
the monkey
what
has always had the tail, bro. I
and
swear it
apparently
did.
in the Mandela effect is that Curious George he never had a tail, what I think is since people believe like monkeys always have tails, they always think Curious George has a tail. So like when they don't see that he like doesn't have one, they're like weirded out, you know?
But like why didn't like why does like let's say like I don't know like why does everyone like clearly remember it like
No, bro, it's Wonder Guy here. I had him one.
why does everyone remember it like it has the thing has a tail, you know? And like there's like a lot of more other stuff like Pikachu with the black thing on its tail. A lot of people remember it, but then a lot of people think they don't, you know? It's also like Fruit Loops, like there's this like it like changes back and forth. I saw this video where it was like FRUITLOOPS, you know, and then like I don't
So like
know,
never.
and then but then so it was FROOTLOOPS, and then they're like talking about it, but then when you came
Oh,
back
so
to
like it
it,
was fruit, but it was like fruit FRO.
yeah, but then like a year later, like they talked about it, they talked about it, and like it turned back to FRUITLOOPS. And like the thing is they talked about it before about it changing, you know? It's just
Wait, so
some
when you were talking about Pikachu, Pikachu has like the black like thing at the back of its tail, right? Or does it
yeah,
not?
it doesn't.
It's them. Really?
Yeah, bro, like that's the
I
weird thing.
swear. Like I've always remembered Pikachu. Like I used to watch that like Pokemon show or whatever. Like what is it, Cartoon Network? When I was like a kid, I always felt like Pikachu's had that black thing on the like on that end of
Yeah.
its tail.
Well, it doesn't. So, guys, that was our
Dude, can you
hmm.
also like think about? Okay, sorry. Let me just add one more thing. Like, can you also think about that? Like, that if people think of something differently, like it's kind of like you think of it as like another, like another like universe. Like you've seen this before. This, but like it's, dude, I don't know. That just seems crazy.
No, I know, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was going to talk about this next thing, but we can talk about in the next episode.
Uh,
Like, if you went in the past, would you like, what would you do if you went back into the past and you're like 5, and what would you do? But that's for next
yeah.
episode. So, guys, that is it for today's episode, episode 4 of the Mother Lovers podcast.
Yep.
All right, that's it, and peace out.